Hello everybody, this is Janice, and I am back to do a card inspired by a Kristina Werner video that I just watched this morning. She did a card where she was inspired by a Star Tours logo from Disney, and I loved what she did. And if you've known me long enough, you know I love my Cricut and I love my distress inks, and so we're going to use our distress inks to do this. And I was inspired by her, but I just did my own technique on how to achieve this look. So I used my distress inks, I used silver embossing powder just like she did, and I also used some puff paints, these Scribbles ones that I got from Michael's. I used a red one and a white one as well. So let's go ahead and get started. First of all, I am using some watercolor paper, and it's not even good quality watercolor paper. It's just this cheap paper from Joann's. I got this from the dollar bin. And but you can use whatever kind you have, obviously. And I'm just going to trim it down to 3 3/4. Three and 3/4 here. Only because that's the size I want it to be at the end. And 5 inches on the other side. Okay, and there's a rough side and there's a smooth side. I'm going to use the smooth side. Alright, now we want to prepare our stamp press. You could also do this on just a large block if you have one. I'm going to use this because my whole reason I decided was because if you see here, you can kind of place your ink on here where you want it to be because you have a grid to kind of help you know where to place the ink. And then when you press this on, we'll be able to see where the ink is actually going. So I'm going to use the same colors that she used, that Kristina used. I really loved the color combination that she did. And these are like my favorites. Greens and blues are my favorite colors. Because I love summer. To me, they scream summer. So we're going to put a whole bunch of the peacock feathers in the center. And then we're going to come in with the salty ocean. It's part of the new summer colors. I can't wait till these colors come out in the markers. I'm sure that's to come in the future. And I'm trying not to get it on my little stamp press feet here, but I'm sure if I did, it wouldn't really be a big deal. Kind of funny that way. I could be messy, but I like to kind of be a neat artist. Okay. So now what we want to do is take our mini mister or any kind of water sprayer, and I'm just applying water. You could also do this with Perfect Pearl Mist or any of your misting. And I'm just going to take my paper and I'm going to put it down here on this is my craft mat, and we're just going to flip it over, set it down where we want it, and just press it down. And I love this part. Love that. Love the way the colors smush together, and you can just press it down any place where there's no color, and then you can see where it's going. And then I'll get a wet wipe ready so I can clean up the little feet on the press, because the ink does go over there and the paper's sticking, but I'll just clean up a little bit here and then Of course, you could just put this aside and use that color on something else. But I have quite a mess around me, if you could only see it. And there we go. Okay, so clean this up. And then see, I have color left on here. I'm just going to clean it up around the little feet here, so I don't end up getting this on another project. Okay, so set that aside. And now what we want to do is dry. I'm just going to use the same one. I have to say, I have missed doing my videos. I have been so busy with camp, of course. As you may or may not know, I do a summer camp in Bithlo, Florida. It's really Orlando, but Bithlo is a community in Orlando. And anyway, I've been really busy with that. And then I got sick. So I'm getting better. You can probably still hear my scratchy voice. And then my sniffly nose. Alright, here we go. We have to dry this really, really well because we're going to heat emboss. You're going to see the paper start to curl up a little bit. I just love the way this looks. So we have 2 more weeks of camp, and I hope they'll be the best 2 weeks. I'm starting to get really sad, because sometimes I don't see the kids that come to camp throughout the year, and I just miss them so much when I don't see them. And the volunteers too. It's just as much about the little kids that we serve as it is about the volunteers, the teenagers and the grown-ups that come out to love the kids. I love working with them. They're great people. Selfless. Really selfless. Okay, so this actually dried really nicely. It didn't curl up as much as it normally does. Okay, now what we want to do is come in with the Salty Ocean and a foam applicator. And we're going to go around the edges and just make it a little bit darker blue. And Adrian and I went to Aquatica and SeaWorld yesterday. We had such a lovely time. We stayed all the way to closing, which the park closes at 10. And then, oh my goodness, you'll never believe it. Robin, you'll never believe it. We lost our car. Not lost. We knew it was in the parking lot somewhere, but he knew where we were the whole time, though. He told me aisle 20. And I said, no, it's aisle 12. Remember? It's aisle 12. Okay, now I'm coming in with some black soot. Very small smidge. This is what Kristina did too. She did a little bit of black on the outsides because that's what the Star Tours logo looked like. This is going to be a 2-part because we're already at 10 minutes and I'm trying to keep my videos shorter only because I think it's just easier to upload. Okay, so anyway, stay tuned to hear more about our lost car yesterday. Bye.